As you know, that is today is our English translation from the last subject about the insan, which you see in the back of my board is by white ink color, that is written insan. So insan is the one of the best creation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And why is best? Because first of all, this is his decision was that I have to create something new, and it would be the best and all, best of all. فأحسن تقويم. At that time, we gave the good name and good things, which is Adam. And now we are in Son. Another subject, which I talked about last week, about the Quranic perspective of the insan, what the Quran said about it. First of all, I started by the one verse which I mentioned. I said زين للناس حب الشهوات من النساء والبنين والقناطير والمنقنطرة من الذهب والفضة والخيل المسومة والأنعام والحرث ذلك متاع الحياة الدنيا والله عنده حسن المآب. The meaning of that, for the people, the interest is given to women and children, and to the wealth of the gold and silver, and to the privilege of horses and cattle, and to the zinatul agricultures. So what means that verse is for what? This verse is about the Quranic virtue, or the fitrat, kind of meaning of this is involved in these verses. So in this verse, the word of hub al-shahawat, even though they call it the love, but it's not only love, it also has some which means passion also. In the most things as a tendency of insan, which has mostly about with the woman, with those other things. So indicate that these tendency are in human body, and are considered as a human being or insan, which we have those things, and only insan has it. We are as an insan. Other than that, and we are as a kind of including the other animal, one of the another part or a member of another animal. But this tendency or that hope is make separate some kind of, even though still we are as animal, but in the tendency, the hope for the all worldly things, all the life things, that we are separate from them. So also in this, the another verse of the Quran is saying al-jazaa al-ihsan illa al-ihsan. This tendency by itself as ihsan from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He gave to you as a power, as a kind of things that you makes you a good living creature. And is the and the other verses like this in Surah Al-Rahman, like I said, Hal Jazaa'u al-Ihsan illa-Ihsan, and the punishment of ihsan, nothing but ihsan. When Allah gives you something, you have to be hope or even happy that is if a man comes back to the nature, think about by yourself, the nature of this by own language, we will say that the reward of ihsan is nothing but goodness. Nothing but goodness. This is the virtue. This is the virtue. This is the by Farsi is fitrat, or common nature or something. However, from the perspective of Quran, man or insan has two dimensions. One dimension of the ascent, and the other one is descent. For the ascent point of view, the insan has reached the very top position, upper than Malaik, or the upper than angel. And the descent position in this human being can be dropped down, even down than animal. So what is that Quran refer about this? Quran refer about that as the said that is the refer to the conscience, or that is, or in Quran, the verse of Quran is Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'inna irji'i ila rabbika raziyatan marziya fadkhuli fi ibadi wadkhuli jannati. So behold, so say the meaning of it. Behold, a sovereign soul is revealed to you, to your Lord, so that you are pleased with him, and he is of you inside of my particular servant, and enter into my paradise. That's Allah telling. Wadkhuli jannati. And these, in the descending order, we brought him or make them to the lowest place, and except those who believe in that righteous deed, then they are unworthy of wages. So the verse of Quran in that regard is the summa radadnahu asfala safilin illa allazina amanu wa amilu salihati falahum ajrun ghayru mamnun. So this is the verse of Quran about that, like this. In the position, in the positive dimension of nature, insan has a tendency, like I said, but that tendency makes division from the animality. Even though insan is also one of the member of the animals. So in the positive dimension of nature of insan has the tendency towards to God. No matter what the people say or not or think about, even some atheists all of life they say, no, there is nothing God, I don't care about it, or so on, or all. Not believing, not accept anybody's invitation or some. But when he come out by very, under some kind of pressure, even under the sink of the water or something, suddenly he's saying, oh God, help me. Oh God, please. So this is the nature of the human being, is such a tendency towards to God. And also this is the verse of that is فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها. Insan has that fitrat, that is, tendency, that naturality towards to God. The nature of God who created people based on tendency, whether or not a human being admit it or not. Even the person say, agreed that it's good or it's okay or not, but it already is in the inside of insan, that tendency. And then also about that hope, that love. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدَّ حَبَّ اللَّهِ. Also from the point of view of the Quran, man is self-conscious. So the other verses about in that regard is بل إنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معاذيره. But man is aware of his own soul. Man has aware, because it is in his or her virtue doing good or bad, although he does not apologize. ولو ألقى معاذيره. Man himself is better than anyone else. He or she aware of himself or herself rather than somebody else. In his inner, in his inside, everybody knows him on self, and is familiar with his or with her action. For example, everyone knows what he or she likes, what or she wants to have, what his desire. Nobody else knows. Everyone knows. But even though he is saying yes or no, but it is just as a virtue, as a common nature is inside. So another human thinks that is this, the insan has it, instinct, that or I don't know, instinct, غريزة by Arabic, is that human can recognize good and evil and understand the goodness or of reason. The reason of that thing that he likes, he knows why he liked that one. From the point of view, the Islam cultures is a creature based on fujur and piety, which Allah said, فَالْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. And I gave you one more break here, and then I come back, inshallah.